Welcome back to our live election night coverage. I'm Susan Kenedy. Joining me now on the phone is Council President Craig Rice. Mr. Rice, are you there?
How are you? How are you doing?
Craig, tell us a little bit about what you're hearing from the voters out there. What were you hearing when you were campaigning? What are the issues that folks are talking about right now here in your district?
Well, I think that overall, folks are very concerned about what the future of Montgomery County is going to look like. Folks are really concerned about jobs. They really want to make sure that we continue on the path of economic development. They want to make sure that our schools remain strong. They want to make sure that there's a commitment to making sure that we preserve our environment, that we foster agricultural preservation when it comes to our ag reserves. And fix some of our transportation issues that are extremely important as being a suburban kind of community that is growing and changing into something that is becoming more urbanized.
I have to mention that, you did have a challenger in the primary, and you are ahead by more than 1,000 votes right now, and those are the numbers we have from early voting. What was your campaigning like? What did you do? Did you go out and knock on doors? Were you visiting residents? Were you going to businesses? How did you go about your campaigning?
I actually did. I treated this campaign just like I do with all of my other campaigns. It really is one that, for any contested campaign that I do have, I take extremely seriously. And it really is something in which I really tried to focus on getting out to the community, making sure that I was knocking on doors, keeping in touch with understanding what the issues were, as well as making sure that going to the same things that I've always been. I've always been one who's been involved in the community, going to community meetings and being responsive to community needs. And I think that is speaking, very strongly when it comes to the results that we're seeing. It's always about keeping in touch with your community, and I think that these numbers are representative of that.
Now, Germantown, it's changed an awful lot over the past couple of decades, and there are a lot of folks that live there who commute down the road. Are you hearing anything about transportation and what folks want done to make their lives a little bit easier when it comes to getting to work?
I have, and folks in the Up-County have been very strong about their opinion when it comes to M83, the Master Plan Highway, as well as the Quarter City Transitway. And the majority of my community has said that these are issues that are extremely important to them. I campaigned saying that these were priorities for me, and that I felt as though the majority of my community had spoken in saying that they wanted me to continue to fight for these projects. And so I'll continue to do that, understanding that M83 itself is a master plan highway. It's something that we'll be hearing from our Army Corps of Engineers about shortly, probably the beginning of next year. But I look forward to working with whoever my new colleagues on the council will be and making sure that we as a council really move forward in giving the Up-County what it needs, whether it's mass transit or road infrastructure. We need to make sure that we continue to deliver on those things.
Now, the county council, obviously, we work pretty closely with the county executive, and right now it looks like the numbers have Mr. Leggett in the lead by a sizable margin over Mr. Duncan and Mr. Andrews. Is this surprising to you at this point in time? Did you think it might be a little bit closer?
Absolutely not. I think our county executive has done a great job. I've supported our county executive in his rebid. My role as council president, I've had a great working relationship with the county executive. We've worked very strongly together, and I think that he's got a good vision for what the future of Montgomery County as a whole entails. And so I'm very excited to hopefully continue to work with him over these next 4 years to really start looking at what it is that we need to do. Now all of us, of course, have general election opponents, and so, of course, we'll have to make it through the general, but, we're going to continue to work hard. Look, I think that everyone understands we've got the interests of our constituency at heart. We care about Montgomery County and really want to see Montgomery County continue to be one of the best places to live, work, and play. And I think we can continue to deliver on that in these next 4 years.
I was talking to one of my guests, Charles Duffy, earlier about the endorsement that Mr. Leggett received from the Post. And it was with a caveat that they said that he needed to stand up a little bit more to those unions, that, they cost us a lot of money, this compensation and benefits here in Montgomery County, and that we need to be a little bit more cautious with our spending going into the future, even though we are recovering from this recession. Your thoughts?
Well, I think that, look, when you look at who's been endorsed, the county council members themselves, I wasn't endorsed by a majority of the unions. I was endorsed by CEA and SEIU, but was not endorsed by our McGeo union. And I think, quite frankly, it has to deal with the fact that we are operating under different auspices right now. We are understanding that we have to have a balance. And I want to make sure that people understand that the folks that are here on this council understand that there's a balance between everything, that no one particular unit is more important than another. Our priority and our focus is on making sure that we make Montgomery County one of the best places to live, not only in this state but in this nation. And we take that charge very seriously. And so if that means to make adjustments, whether it's making sure that we remain fiscally stable, then we'll do that. I mean, those are the things that we need to do, and that's what our voters are looking for. When I talk to them at the polling places all throughout my district today, that was one of the things that I heard that kudos and praise was the fact that we really are approaching this from a very holistic standpoint, and that's why I'm really excited about what we've been able to do at the county. And I think that 4 more years of this will continue to put us in an even stronger position.
Thank you so much, Craig Rice, President Craig Rice, for joining us. I know it's been a busy, long day for you. Get back to your supporters, and thanks again for joining us.
Thank you so much, Susan. I appreciate it.